It's time for an inside look at the most powerful motorsport on the planet. WFO Radio, NHRA Nitro.
All right, time to bring on our next guest for a few moments. Then we're going to get to Eric Lane, who is already in the green room. What's up, Eric? I see you out there. But this came together quickly. And he is joining us from Archetype 360, named Justin Collier. Justin, welcome to WFO. How are you?
Doing well, Joe. How about yourself? Thanks for having me.
I'm great. And normally, you reached out to me on Instagram, and that happens a lot. And it was like, what are you doing? And you have this thing you're doing. And I thought, man, what a perfect example of the drag racing community. Number one, being an innovator. Number two, wanting to be helpful. Number three, not willing to just sit around and do nothing. Tell us about what you got, what you did, and why you did it.
A real quick story. About a week ago, George Bryce reached out to me and said that a good friend of his was a doctor and was in need of a PPE box built, and did some research, and I wasn't able to produce it quick enough, but I hooked him up with someone who had it in stock. And a couple of days later, I was having a conversation with the doctor. I had started printing these little ear clips that hold the masks, and he said I could use as many of those as you could make. And I was like, okay. So we started down that road of making the mask clips, and boy, it has just blown up the amount of people. The last 3 days we've shipped to 15 states at a rate of about 1,000 mask clips a day.
All right, so you're making mask clips for people who have to wear PPE for various scenarios. And I think we've all seen the video and the photographs. I've got some friends. The end of a long day, the straps, and they're burned from the friction. It's very uncomfortable for me to wear it just to the grocery store. So number one, this is so great coming out of Pro Stock Motorcycle, being a crew member. You work with Corey Reed and Joey Gladstone right now, correct?
Correct, yeah.
Started off with George. Just want everybody to know that. But show us how it works, what it does, and then we're going to show people how they can get it.
Yeah, real quick. So there's a lot of versions floating around on the internet, but I kind of took it and put my own spin on it to make it comfortable and very user-friendly. But like you said, the straps can make your ears sore. But what this does, you clip it on to the elastic, and then instead of the elastic having to go on your ears, you just clip it onto the little clip, the little strap. And it takes all the pressure off the back of your ears. And to those doctors and nurses wearing these things, virtually their full shift, what I've been told, it provides a lot more comfort to them.
And, okay, so I think it's great. And you're printing these? That's a 3D printed item?
We started out 3D printing them, and even with all the printers I have, the volume was not going to be enough. So redesigned it, and now we're actually cutting them on the same CNC machine we use to make Pro Stock motorcycle parts when we're racing, which we're not right now.
But we're not right now. I love that. Okay, so the best part is there are people who need this. And what are you going to do? And feel free to plug wherever, however, you're going to do to get this to people. And the reason you're on is we want to make people aware of what this is. And there are countless people. The other day, I actually had somebody say, hey, man, I got masked. Put out the word that I got masked. And I put out the word on Facebook for 2 seconds, and 10 people DM'd me, direct messaged me. And, the masks were gone immediately. So this is a big thing right now because everybody is living with this mask. I think these masks are here to stay. So, how are you getting them out there? Where can people get them? What is the story with the masks? How are you doing this?
2 ways. You can go to the website, archetype360.net. My wife's probably loading it on there right now, and you can buy a box and send it to somebody. But we're also doing it off donations. There's a GoFundMe. All the money is for buying material and paying for shipping. We basically next day or 2 days ship everything. All the doctors are getting these. We put together kits of 50 of them. I wanted to make sure that when the hospital gets them, these are set on the counter and used. I don't want our frontline responders to feel like they don't have enough. But the best way to get a hold of me, I set up an email. It's N95maskstraps@gmail. So if I can funnel everything there, I can, arrange it from there if that's easy for everybody.
There it is. Yeah, now say that email address again because I did not build a graphic for you. I apologize.
That's
But,
right. This was quick.
This happened very fast, by the way. This was a mid-afternoon thing. That's like, yeah, man, let's get it on the air. But and people can purchase these and donate them. They can set up a donation, and then you will just send them to the doctors. It's just, you're just trying to be helpful here and cover your cost, of course.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, we started out doing it out of our pocket, but I quickly had people just wanting to help. And I think with our racing community, it's an amazing group. When we're in the pits, everybody helps everybody. So, but the email is the letter N95 maskstraps@gmail.com. And from there, I can send people a link or however they want to help. But really, I just want to get the awareness out. If you think you know somebody that could use it, let me know. I can stick in an envelope and send you 10, 50. I mean, some of the people we're sending a couple hundred at a time to.
Wow, that is tremendous, and that's the spirit of drag racing right there. Like, not willing to just sit around. You're going to do something. There's a problem. You're going to go and you're going to get in the middle of the fight of it somehow. And I think it is great. Justin, thank you so much for joining us here on WFO Radio. Everybody hit that email. If you know someone you could be helpful, donate to the GoFundMe so that they can keep building these mask straps, because I felt it today. I went to the post office like, man, I don't want this thing on me. It's too uncomfortable. Do I really need it? Like, you feel that feeling for a second. Anything to make it a little more comfortable is going to make it better. Justin, thank you so much.
Thank you. I'll have some headed your way today.
Hey, all right. Not a bunch,
Thanks,
just
Joe.
a couple. Thank you so much. There he goes. Justin Collier with us here on WFO Radio Live. And again, that came together so rapidly, so rapidly.
This is WFO Radio.
I love WFO Radio. Oh, yeah.
The views and opinions of the hosts, guests, or callers do not necessarily reflect that of the station ownership, advertisers, or agencies. Get fired up on the WFO line.
WFO, Joe.
954-889-6796.
Just been an absolute joy to be a drag racing fan.
Go wide open, and your call may be used on the show.
Or preface by saying I'm not a Kurt Busch fan or apologist. I don't know where Greg Anderson's ego has gone, but I know one person that's going to be a big-time villain in pro stock.
That's 954-889-6796. That phone line is always WFO. This is WFO Radio.